Hello, boys and girls. It's me, Kaliyoshi here. As you can see, we've been struggling trying to do other stuff, but I guess I should probably mention in the last video, we unlocked all of the costumes. This is actually take 2 of this episode. When I tried to do this, I tried to use this multiplayer trick that is well known and went for an hour, didn't even get a single lock, and I am stuck. So I'm going to completely change this up. I just found a new strategy for this. I'm going to make it, Okay, so you're probably wondering, what in the heck are we doing here? And also, what are we trying to do? Well, for some reason, they left certain characters behind unlockables. And the only way to unlock them, guess what? You need to be playing on a very particular track, and you have to play that track over tons of times. I was trying to get this for like ages, and I just could not get it. But then I realized something. The AI is very aggressive in this game, and they will try their hardest to transform you if you give them enough time. So here's my new plan. We're going to use normal Yoshi for this. We're going to use our actual setup, which is going to be this. And we're just going to up the difficulty of 150cc, make the common normal specifically, add 16 races, and instead we're going to do it like this. We are not going to cut out the content setup, but instead we're going to see the same race over and over and over and over again. And I'm going to show you the secondary option on how to do this. You want to know why I think this will be faster? 1, the race will still end pretty quick. And 2, probably most importantly of all, not only does this get us practice on these tracks, but more CPUs means more chances Kamek will appear. I think this is my theory. I could probably get Kamek to show up way faster if I just do 150cc, no teams, frantic with these settings, and just keep selecting the same specific races I need over and over again until I get the character I need. I think if I do this, this is our best chance of getting it done. So, for those of you who don't know why we have to do this, is because there are RNG-rated characters. They can only be unlocked by racing on particular courses. Such courses, though, are so hard to find and unlock, they can either take you no time at all, or it'll take you literally an hour, like it took me to even attempt Kamek, and I didn't even get an unlock. So let's try this and see if we have good luck. In hindsight, I'm not sure if I'm gonna show this more than an hour, because this is gonna get ridiculously long. So this is basically my setup. We're just gonna casually do normal races, play the game normally. As long as we're within 5th place, we'll be able to get stuff done. This is also really good anyways that we do this, because we're going to get more items. And by the way, you can get transformed in any position. You don't have to be in 3rd. You can transform in 5th or 6th. So you just need to be within a particular spot. That's all that it is. And while we're going to do this, is we're just going to keep playing races over and over again. The same tracks, the same shavens. And the reason why we want to do this is because more AI means more chances we will actually get attempts at actually trying to get the track stuff unlocked. And you can get this even in 1st, too. It does not have to be 4th. As long as you're within a specific distance from them and your difficulty set to, like, normal, they won't be too far behind, but they also so fast that they'll go incredibly, insanely quick. So, yeah. This is my new strategy of doing this, because my theory crafting is races, more characters means there's a higher likelihood of Kamek being pulled by someone, I think. In fact, I've gotten more normal Kamek locks throughout the game just doing this than just doing the same other races instead. And I'm not too worried if I'm too far behind, because remember, these Kamek stuff will all pop up at once, and if we need to, we can also slow down. Other than that, the only thing we really need to know about is we cannot take any shortcuts, but This is just also for fun races. It doesn't matter if we win or lose. All of this is being done exclusively just for normal unlocks. That's all it is. We get mechaned for it otherwise. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. We just need to be in a specific position by the end. As long as we're in that position, we will still get Kamek locks. So this is the other way of doing it. The reason why I'm doing this particular lock first, because we want to not only practice this track a bit more, but in general, we also want to get a particular lockable. And the lockable we're going for right now is Rocky Wrench. Now, I don't want to take forever on this, so I've decided I'm only going to give each race like a couple of tries. And honestly, as fun as it is to show the unlockables, it's probably not going to be fair to make you guys watch hours of content. And even if we did get them, it's not going to... I might end up using the cheese strategy anyways. What's the cheese strategy, you might ask? Well, you can actually get these using, like, playing with yourself and just using multiple players. But I think I could probably force it a lot faster if we just get items. Also, the Kamek item spawns anywhere from, like, 4 for, like, seconds. So, again, as long as you're not in, like, very low last, you won't get... Because you will have a really good chance, generally, of getting transformed by Kamek. I am gonna try and practice these races, though. So, of course, we are going to still keep our defensive items like we do normally. The only difference is, instead of wasting time doing stuff and making it look boring, we're playing more casual races, so we can both practice 150cc, figure out what we're supposed to do, and then from there we just need to hope that we get lucky. That's basically all it is. By the way, well, also just doing this, we'll play against our NCPs that have the unlockables too, and we pick normal because I think if we do easy, they'll always be too far away. But if we get medium races instead, we'll have a much better odds of actually getting the unlockables. I believe the AI seem to be more aggressive with using Kamek. Like, I've gone through at least several dozen races, and I think out of half of them, I've gotten Kamek to at least show up in a couple of races more in the actual races than I have trying to farm it off screen. Anyways, the only reason we're even going for this track a lot of times is because we need Rocky Wrench to show up. It only shows up in this track. Similarly, Boost Cinema is the only place where we can get Peepa to show up. If we don't get either of those, we won't be able to transform into those characters at all. And you can have this happen at any point, too. You do need to pay attention as a result. If you're wondering why you're paying attention, yes, Kamek doesn't just transform me. It transforms everyone. So if you transform someone or a bit, you'll eventually be able to get stuff done. Anyways, I know this looks weird. We're going to be doing literally the same tracks over and over again, but believe me, this is the only way to get Kamek to safely transform. Yes. Otherwise, we may not get any of the other items. Don't worry, we're not just going to be doing normal tracks, although I feel like a lot of people would prefer watching the normal tracks over the intermissions. I've noticed that this update has been so bad, more and more people have been leaving. I'll say that much. That's what happened after an update. I think Nintendo might need to think about this a little bit more. Clearly, their update did not work out the way they wanted it to. Keep in mind, even if we get Kamek, we might not even get transformed into the right character. We might end up getting transformed into someone else for all we know. It's completely random. And also, again, we do not need to be in first. You can get transformed in first. I've been transformed multiple times in first, in fact. You're just more likely to be transformed, I think, if you're in the back, I guess. Usually. keep going then. I think we'll have plenty of practice on airship interest after this. I'm not going to do this for forever, obviously. If I'm not gonna get a particular track unlock, I might be better off doing it as the cheat unlock. The cheat unlock, by the way, is just actually just chilling back and farming for a little bit. And I know I usually show content to try and like show, oh, this is how you unlock the racer seps. But there's also multiple other videos of that happening. If you're still struggling with it, Beard Bear is a very good explanation of how to unlock it the more cheesy way, and basically shows absolutely everything you can do. From where to go, where to actually unlock the characters, and how to get other stuff done. It's a big deal. It really does change the whole race course set, because you like know, oh, this is what I have to do for this unlockable, and so on and so forth. Alright, well, that's not working. Let's go for another one next instead. So the next one we're gonna have to do is on Peach Beach. We need the Cataclack from here. Then we'll just do 2 races here. We'll probably do 2 races on the other stuff, and 3 races on particular tracks, because I know that they're gonna be harder than others to do. I will keep rotating through tracks until we cannot figure out. Keep in mind, it doesn't matter if you get the item. If you get the item, it's pointless, because you won't even transform anyone. You have to be the one that gets transformed to unlock the item. Hence, another reason why you want to be in 2nd versus 3rd or something else. Or 1st, rather. Because if you're in, like, a lower position, there's a very less likelihood that you'll actually get transformed by Kamek. Honestly, don't care how many coins I'm getting in these races. Ideally, we want to stay close to the AI the whole time anyway. Otherwise, there's a lesser likelihood that we'll get transformed by Kamek. There's a chance we'll be too far away. Normal mode helps alleviate that problem a bit. I will say, the most frustrating item is almost always going to be that triple red. Especially when you're playing the... And on 150cc, that's probably going to be the item that gets me more times than ever. Alright, we didn't get it here, so we're going to have to try again. It'll feel like we're not doing anything for a while, by the way, but trust me, Kamek does show up. It's just harder to get in the other versions, because you have to be at a specific track to even get her to transform you into the right outfit. So honestly, don't blame me if I skip this segment too, because like, I want to prove that I'm not mean, but I also want to prove that this is a way you can get the unlockables. I initially was going to do the dual lock strat, and I did actually do that for a video, but after spending more than an hour and not getting stuff, I don't think it's even worth showing in a video, especially in a true 100% walkthrough. I know people are going to complain, but I think if people see, oh, alright, well, we've at least unlocked all the stuff, then at least we know what to expect. I'm actually more or less just playing these specific tracks now, because these are the specific tracks that you would choose normally, which means if you also play these tracks normally like I'm doing right now, these give you the best chance of unlocking each character. So if you just prioritize these particular courses over any other one, you'll probably have a much better likelihood of actually unlocking this stuff. Also realize they've nerfed drifting quite a bit. It's the last couple is kind of have to get a lot more drifting done to even get stuff done. I think it's also even more trolleys. You can see, however, NCP's clearly there. You know that they're there, and you can see them. Hey, that some of the unlockable characters are seeable in this mode, but you can't actually unlock them until you get transformed. That's what makes it so trolly to deal with, man. It really is a big deal. Okay, that did not give us anything either, but this is where you would get Cataquack, I believe, is best farmed here. Obviously, some of these are rarer than others. There's also more common ones. We got those pretty much immediately for just playing the game normally. Those are easy enough to get. Those we pretty much farmed randomly. Alright, now let's go to Buscema for 3 races here. Because this one is also particularly rare. The Pipa can only be found here. I did actually do other races before this. No luck at getting transformed, unfortunately. Like I said, doesn't matter what you do. Kamek is going to still end up being one of the single rarest items in the entire game. If Nintendo is gonna fix this, they better make it so that Kamek is more common in the future. At least update the percent by a few thousand percent or more. Because then you'll have a much more better chance of actually getting the mech to show up. Whereas for it would be something different. Alright. Anyways, this one this is useful because you can only get Pipa here. Or in between somewhere that takes you here, or in between another course that takes you from here to somewhere else. Probably easiest got, though, inside Cinema itself, though. There are a couple of other tricks you can do. Apparently, people found you cannot be turned into a particular character if you pit a common character. So, if you actually make both characters, like, say, Spike or something, because Spike is actually one of the transformed characters you can get, it won't give you that character because it'll see, oh, they can't transform into that. But there's also a chance it might not even work, and if that happens, it's possible that you might run over you and may not even transform you at all, because it's like, oh, well, already this character, so we'll just not transform you. Though I think it makes sense that EA would at least transform you. So I think if you know what to do, you can somewhat increase your odds of getting Kamek items. Like, basically, say I don't want to get Pianta on, like, Peach Beach. If I play as Pianta with both racers, no matter what, they will not get turned into Pianta because they're already Pinata. So, in that case, they won't do anything. We'll get rid of this. Keep in mind, we might be can always be turned at the very end of the race, and if that happens, wow, it saves a lot of time. You do still want to play on frantic items, of course. Frantic items does increase your likelihood of seeing Kamek, but otherwise, Kamek is still incredibly rare. So now we're gonna do this in the 3 times. This looks like we're just doing verse race practice, but in hindsight, we're just trying to get all the Kamek unlockables. I think probably to make this most interesting, I'll show off a bit later. I don't know. I'll say though, if you want to actually see the unlockables, just again go to Beard Bear. He's the one that will show you where each unlockable is. Be sure to check out his video on it, how to quickly unlock the Kamek items. That'll give you a much better likelihood of unlocking stuff. Otherwise, we're just going to be doing races here for a bit, because this is the only way we can really, truly get unlocks. Keep in mind, when playing this mode, 4th and, like, between 12th or something has the best chance, I think, generally, of getting a Kamek unlockable. Because they seem to get the item more frequently in that percent. So, if you're at least a good distance from that slot, you can still get transformed. And this includes if you're... And yeah, it includes if you're also about to transform, you can make this work. That is so delayed, I will admit. Oh! I saw it! Holy crap, just like that, boys. We don't have to do this track anymore. See, this is what I mean. Like, if you just race with enough allies, eventually someone's gonna use Kamek. And yeah, just like that, we got an unlockable. We no longer have to do this track ever again. Oh my goodness. Wow. It's about time, game. I've played the other tracks for, gosh, who knows how long, and didn't get that unlockable once. In fact, I was trying to get the Rocky Wrench for over an hour, and I simply did not get it at all. I think I'm just gonna play it this way. Because holy crap, that was only 2 races, and yeah, I'm a Kamek item, and I noticed it transformed them into Peepas, despite Peepa already being in the race itself. So yeah, we got a lockable just like that. So that means we don't have to do that anymore. Alright, so let's see. We already did Peach Beach. We already did the other one. There's a couple more we need. I know one is the coin hopper, but we can also get that in the other race. But we might just do races in Mario Circuit anyway. I don't know. And then there's one other one. I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, it's a fishbone. This one I'm going to do next. And this one I will do at least for Eurasia's. And to get the best chance of this one, it's kind of confusing. But generally what's best is select Dry Bones Burnout first, then select to not race at here, but instead go to Toad's Factory. Either this or just racing in Dry Bones Burnout will give you a good amount of time. The reason why I like this mode is I think it just gives you more of a chance to get a Fishbone. And the reason why we're doing this is, yes, to get Fishbone. Fishbone may be the single rarest one. That's because not only are there multiple ways you can unlock Fishbone, but holy crap. Fishbone just takes forever a lot otherwise. And this makes sense, too, because, like, you're seeing Fishbones appear right now in the water. Which means, for sure, this is a spot where you can get them to appear. That's just a film you can deal with. It really does make a big difference, you know? This race may seem slower at first to do, but, like, trust me, this is usually your best place to unlock a Kamek item that's Fishbone. And for some reason, the reason why this works is because, like, as long as you're within a certain it'll work. Although this is also a faster area, so I'm not sure if this will work or not. Oh, we're getting blues. I did follow the RNG, and apparently you're more likely to get shocked in a race at least once than you are to get Kamek. I don't get it. I don't know why they put in such a fun item but made it so rare. Nintendo, if you're hearing this, don't just fix the online mode with the segment. Probably most importantly, just make Kamek more common. You'll get a way better chance at getting characters that way, and it would nearly take as long. And remember, I did already theorize it, and I'm not sure. I guess you guys didn't see the other video, but basically, based on my theory, at least when trying to force Kamek, Kamek seems to only show up 5% of the time, which is not very common at all. At the very least, make him show up at least 25% of the time. It'll still take a while, but it can work. Also, we can just go Toad's Factory, Giant Bones, Bird Out. Just doing either of these two, either of those, will still give us Fishbone. So we can basically either go from here or go from Dry Bones Burnout to get this. This is just one of many ways we can unlock this. We can also get this by just playing Dry Bones Burnout. So if we still have time, we might do that at least once. In fact, actually, we could probably do it on the next race. Alright, we're going to have to use items to get back. Remember, if somebody gets Kamek or I get Kamek, it won't actually give us anything. At least this is more fun than playing normal races. It's still like only one-pace races you actually get a Kamek transformation. But at least this way it makes more logical sense you would get it eventually. Because, look, just look at it. The Sapio are somewhat smart with using their items. And also, Kamek does... just think of it. 24 different racers, at least 6 of them are constantly forcing Kamek to appear. One of these days, someone has to get a Kamek to show up eventually. Even if it takes like a or more. It'll still be better than doing something else. Really does make a big difference, you know. Can we even get this? Okay, good. We got this shortcut. This is a nice shortcut. Not sure how much time this saves, but it's definitely faster than doing whatever doing the other strat. There's also a shortcut here. If we have a mushroom, you can just skip across the lava. Can't do that here, unfortunately. Okay, did not get transformed this time. But we can also just play this track too, so we'll probably just try that next. Any of these 3 options we do, we can potentially get transformed to Fishbones. Also, Fishbone can sometimes appear in other stuff. Somebody apparently got him here in Boo Cinema, or actually no, I think someone actually got him here in Airship Fortress before. I'm like, whoa, in the world? I think part of the reason why it works like that is the game just considers, oh, are you in the right area? And Fishbone is like considered like a mixture of like a dark character versus other stuff. So that means it would appear in an area like Dry Bones Burnout. So I think all it checks is, oh, you're in a heaty climate, then Fishbones can appear. I think that's all it checks for that. And then commons don't always roll the RNG, so you can pretty much get them wherever. Which means you'll see them more often than you'll see Kamek. I will say, though, if you're just looking for a lot of forcing stuff to happen, Knockout Tour will be harder to force than this, by far. I mean it. Trying to force the same aspects to happen not on Knockout Tour is going to be way easier to just probably do this anyways, even if it takes longer with, like, more RNG hours than it would take to get other stuff done. Anyways, yeah. I did have a plan, though. I did want to at least get a couple of unlockables, which we did get at least one, thankfully, so there's no going back on the video. You now know you can unlock people in that course, so I've confirmed it now. Okay. I just barely didn't make it. This is a very frustrating part to get moved on to, because you lose a lot of time. Remember, we cannot be too far back here. Oh, and we also cannot get the Kamek orb ourselves, so as you can see, it won't transform us. Okay, well, that RNG was wasted. It didn't turn them into... It didn't even turn them into a fishbone anyway, so I'm not really concerned. I'm not concerned at all that I missed a time getting minions there. Not much I could have done anyway. It was Pinata. See, like, you'll just... Half of the time, you'll just get a common character anyway. Like, Pinata isn't even supposed to be here, and yet you'll just get him anyway. I don't know what causes that to happen. It's just weird. They definitely made the RNG wild on this one. Sometimes it'll just be really hard to get it. Other times it'll be so easy. I don't get it. There's no difference between any of them. You just will randomly, oh, this time I'll get the right Kamek drop, or time, no, we won't get it, because apparently the game just wanted to give us no such luck. It just happens. I don't know. This is it. It just happens. Okay, well, we did... Well, only us got Kamek, so, yeah. That was a little waste of time. We're actually getting close to the 60-minute timer anyway. Alright. When this race set ends, we are done. Just so you know. Alright, the next one... Oh, I'm trying to think now. It's been so long since I've even seen... Oh, it's Coin Coffer, but... Coin Coffer can also appear in multiple different tracks. However, he was corrupted in Mario Bros. Circuit most commonly, from what I heard. So, we're going to go to Mario Bros. Circuit so we can get him, potentially. Actually, yeah. Now, come to think of it, after 12 races, even though we aren't doing 16, we should just end this. I'm probably going to go for this last, because remember, Coin Coffer can also appear in other tracks. He's been apparently he's appeared in either here or somewhere else. Here or somewhere else occasionally. It's hard to know. I haven't really done much races on these tracks, so you wouldn't know. See what I mean? It's more likely you'll get shocked in a race versus getting a mat. We've gotten shocked probably more often than we've gotten Kamek. And blue as well more frequently than we've gotten both of those. Oh, okay, cool. Good thing we remembered to actually use that item. Whew. Close one. I guess in the added hindsight, we are gonna be practicing these tracks, so we'll get a lot more movement out of our character doing this versus anything else. Okay, I'm gonna hold this again. For those of you who don't know, yeah, because Boo is a thing, you want to actually hold your coins so that if Boo appears, he'll take a coin instead. Boo really likes hitting first a lot in particular. This item set you're seeing me get, though, like the feather, and that's like the worst possible set you can get in this. Okay, we're gonna make it. Oh yeah, we more than made that. Just barely beat the blue shell in time. Well, at the very least, we've been winning every race. We haven't lost one yet. I forget. Is it still 16? I think it might still be. Here we go. Back to this again. I know Nintendo had big plans with this, but in hindsight, I wish they would have done something different, more easier. Because seriously, this is really hard to actually unlock the stuff you need. Ooh, close. Yeah, than I am, of course. I went for him, despite me being in first at the time. That was weird. I don't know what happened there. We also don't have much coins. We better grab some more. Doesn't help that these intros really want to take our items. Yeah, the game just wants to drill us now. It knows we want to win. Really? Oh, wait, at least you got it, freaking baby Daisy. You're just being annoying right now by go really fast. Yeah, get out of here, freaking baby Daisy. I just want to get Kamek, but I don't want to necessarily lose the race either. You can tell I'm a little bit tired. When Kamek doesn't give you good RNG like this for a while, it just takes a while. And keep in mind, we still have to deal with crazy RNG in every single race we do, too. Not really fun, you know? Okay, well, we went on to win at least. Yeah, I'm just doing these 5 races in case you're wondering, because I'm showing you this is probably the best place you would get Kamek for specific characters. Anyway, I'm just gonna hit this, because this is gonna take too long, so I'll just go ahead and show you each unlockable as we get it. And in fact, I guess before we do that, we better go back to Versus Ice so we can show you that, yes, we did indeed get Peepa unlocked. So, it's 4 more characters to go before we unlocked everything. Why 4 characters, and why do they have to be like this? I have no idea. The game just wanted to be very trolly. But anyways, after seeing that, I don't think I want to waste time doing stuff. So yeah, that's going to be a project for me now, to get all the characters unlocked on this save file so we do not have to do these ever again. Till then, see you guys in the next video. I'll probably either do time trials or I don't know. I'm a little tired. I might do a free roam first before doing time trials. Might even do more free roam before doing 150. I don't know, but I'll see you guys in the next video. Comment, rate, subscribe, and when we come back, hopefully we'll have all the unlocked characters. Yeah, let's just hope so. Till then, see you guys later. Bye.